Good morning, students. Today we will discuss the curvature and the torsion of a given curve. So firstly, let us define what is the curvature of a curve at a given point. The curvature of a curve at a point is defined as the arc rate of rotation of tangent, means the rate of change of the direction of tangent with respect to the arc length as the point P moves along the curve. So in order to explain it further, let us take this is a space curve. A is the fixed point on this curve. P and Q, these are two neighboring points on this curve. Let the arc length from A to P, that is S, and the arc length from A to Q, that is S plus delta S. Let us draw tangents at the point P and a tangent at the point Q, and let us take the angle between the two tangents, that is delta theta. Now let us find the rotation of the arc PQ. So by definition, it is given by total rotation divided by arc length. Here the total rotation is delta theta and the arc length PQ, that is delta S. Now taking limits as the point Q approaches to P. So we get the curvature at the point P, which is given by limit delta S approaches to 0, delta theta by delta S, which by definition is d theta by ds. So its magnitude is generally denoted by kappa. Therefore the curvature kappa, that is d theta by ds, which is the rate of change of direction of tangent with respect to S. The reciprocal of curvature is called radius of curvature and it is generally denoted by rho. Rho is the reciprocal of curvature, that is rho is given by 1 upon kappa. Now let us find an expression for the curvature at a given point of space curve. So let us take a given space curve and P and Q, 2 points on this curve. F be the fixed point from which we measure the arc lengths, and let us take the unit tangent vectors along the tangents at the point P as well as the point Q, and the angle between the two tangents as delta theta. Now this is the given space curve. P and Q are the 2 points on the curve. Length of the arc from F to P, that is S, and length of arc from F to Q, that is S plus delta S, such that the arc length from P to Q, that is delta S. Now we have taken the unit tangent vectors at point P and the point Q along the tangents. So T cap, this is the unit vector along the tangent at P, and the unit vector along the tangent at Q, that is T plus delta T. So the unit vectors are QA and QB. These are the unit vectors. Now because these are unit vectors, therefore their magnitude will be 1. Now let us find the magnitude of the cross product of these vectors. So by definition, its magnitude is given by the magnitude of QA dot magnitude of QB into sine of the angle between the two. Now because these are unit vectors, so their magnitude is 1. Substituting the values of the two vectors, vector QA and vector QB, because the vector QA is t cap and the vector QB is t cap plus delta t cap. So substituting the value and opening the multiplication, t cross t, that will become 0. So we get t cap cross delta t cap magnitude is equal to sine of delta theta. Now dividing both sides by delta s is a scalar, and multiplying and dividing by delta theta and taking limits as Q approaches to P. Now as Q approaches to P, delta theta is approaching to 0. So limit of this expression, that will become 1, and the limit of this, that will be d theta by ds, and this is the curvature at the point P. Now In order to further explain it, let us find the angle between the vectors t cap and dt cap by ds. To find the angle between the two vectors, we use the definition of unit tangent vector. Now t cap is unit vector, so its magnitude is 1. Squaring both sides, we get t cap dot t cap, that is 1. Now differentiating with respect to s, we get 2 t cap dot dt cap by ds is equal to 0. Dividing throughout by 2, we get the dot product of the vectors t cap and dt cap by ds, that is 0. It means t cap and dt cap by ds, these are perpendicular vectors. It means the angle between the two vectors, that is 90 degree. So we can now use the equation 1. By definition, the magnitude of cross product, that is given by the magnitude of first vector into magnitude of second vector into sine of angle between them. Angle between the two vectors is 90, so sine 90, that will become 1. So therefore we get the curvature as r double dash magnitude. So this is another formula to find the curvature. Now the next topic is torsion. So firstly we define the torsion of a curve. In order to define it, let us take a curve. P and Q are 2 points on the curve. We define the torsion at the point P as the rate of change of the direction of binormal with respect to S as the point P moves along the curve. It means the arc rate of rotation of binormal at the point P, that is called torsion of the curve. So we have taken P and Q, 2 neighboring points on the curve. Let B cap is the binormal vector and B cap plus delta B cap, that is the binormal vector corresponding to the point Q. Let the angle between these two binormals, that is delta phi. Now average rotation of binormal from P to Q, that is given by total rotation divided by arc length. Total rotation is delta phi and arc length is delta s. Now taking limits, as the point Q approaches to point P, this limiting expression that gives us the torsion at the point P, which is given by d phi by ds, and it is generally denoted by the symbol tau. So torsion at the point P of the given curve, that is d phi by ds, and the reciprocal of torsion, that is called radius of torsion, and it is generally denoted by sigma. Now let us find the expression for the torsion to the curve at a given point. So in order to find the expression, let us consider a space curve. P and Q are 2 points on the curve and F is a fixed point from which arc length is measured. Let us take the arc length from F to P, that is S, and arc length from F to Q, that is S plus delta S. So we get the arc length from P to Q, which is delta S. Let us take the unit vectors along the binormals at the point P and Q. Those are B cap and B cap plus delta B cap. Now the angle between them, that is delta phi. Now the vectors B cap and B cap plus delta B cap, these are unit vectors, so their magnitude will be 1. Now taking the magnitude of the cross product of these two vectors, so by definition of magnitude of cross product, the magnitude of first vector into magnitude of second vector into sine of angle between them. Substituting the values of these two vectors, the vector QA is B cap, the vector QB is B cap plus delta B cap. These two magnitudes are 1. So from here, dividing both sides by delta S, we get this expression. Now taking limits as the point Q approaches to the point P. So as Q approaches to P, delta phi is approaching to 0. So the limit of this expression, that will become 1, and the limit of this, that will be d phi by ds. So we get the torsion at the point P, which is given by the magnitude of B cap cross dB cap by ds. Now let us find the angle between B cap and the vector dB cap by ds. By using the definition, B cap is unit vector, so its magnitude will be 1, squaring both sides. Now by definition, B cap dot B cap is 1. Differentiating with respect to S, we get B cap dot dB cap by ds, that is 0. It means angle between the two vectors, that is 90 degree. Again, from the equation 1, from here, torsion at the point P is given by magnitude of first vector into magnitude of second vector into sine of angle between them. Now the angle between them is 90 degrees, so we get the value of the torsion at the point P, which is given by dB cap by ds magnitude. So this is the torsion. Now next we define screw curvature. What is screw curvature? Screw curvature is the rate of change of direction of principal normal with respect to the arc length as the point P moves along the curve. And mathematically its magnitude is given by the square root of kappa square plus tau square. So this is the magnitude for the screw curvature.